Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. It's time for another rock video. Woohoo! Today we're going to be talking about Bumblebee Jasper. I first heard about this particular stone a couple of years ago. It's a relatively new find, and I love the coloring. I love everything about it. And so I was really excited to be able to kind of share this with you. I have a little confession to make. I did record this video a couple of weeks ago, but it was so dark that the footage was just not worth it. And so, which is kind of good because I only had a few pieces for that particular video. And since then, I've been able to borrow some pieces from my friend Lee. So hopefully this will be a little bit more interactive and you'll be able to see a few more specimens. So while I'm thinking about it, big thanks out to Lee for sharing with me some of her pieces. And so yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about some things about what the Bumblebee Jasper is made up of. And so you'll be able to see here, I'm still figuring out this camera. So you'll see here that we've got some really cool color and really cool texture and markings and things like that in this jasper. So this particular rock is made up of volcanic matter, anhydrite, hematite, sulfur, which is the yellow that you see in these pieces, and arsenic, among other things. So as you can well imagine, this is probably not a rock you want to put in your mouth. Probably not a rock that you want to put in water to make any kind of elixirs. You would want to go the route of putting your rock next to water if you wanted to try to make an elixir. Oh, there we go. It's focusing nicely. So this is actually the first piece. I'm having like the hardest time holding this steady. Sorry. This is the first piece of Bumblebee Jasper that I ever purchased, and it's pretty rare, and it's kind of on the expensive side. So just kind of be prepared for that. It's only coming out of like a specific part in the world, and I want to say that it might be like a tropical area. I don't remember for certain, but of course you can kind of Google it yourself and see where it comes from. So the interesting thing that I saw, or the interesting thing that I found out about Bumblebee Jasper, I saw a piece that it was kind of like a slab like these that you see here. But it was a polished slab. And so the interesting thing about it is that this beautiful color and markings and things like that, it's a relatively thin area on the rock where you will find those markings. And from looking on the viewfinder, I think that it's the vividness of this yellow that's almost like it's like a school bus yellow is what it's like in person. And I don't think that it's necessarily coming through in the camera. But it's gorgeous. So anyhow, these markings, it's a thin layer of rock that actually contains the sulfur and things like that. So the piece that I saw, you'll see here this gray area on this wand. That's what's mostly made up, and that's probably where you're finding the volcanic matter and things like that. It's part of that kind of rather plain gray looking, and so that makes up most of the rock, and these variations that you see are rather thin. This wand wants to just roll all over the place. I guess that means I've got a super flat surface, right? So here is a slab. So these slabs, I borrowed all of them and the wand from my friend Lee just so I could show you some larger specimens. So this is considered a slab. It's relatively polished. on these flat sides, and then you'll see that the edges are rough rock still. And so these are some pieces that I don't know if she knows for sure what she wants to do with these. Maybe she could make them into cabochons like this particular pendant. Or something along those lines. I don't know if she knows what she's doing with them. So this is my Bumblebee pendant. I wear this so much. So much. And like I said, these pieces can be a little pricey. The first tumbled piece that I purchased is this here. And I want to say that I probably paid between $13 and $15 for this. And so, yeah, so they're kind of expensive. And I will admit that this necklace, I actually feel like I got a super great steal for this pendant, because we were at a festival and I think that the people didn't know exactly what they had, and they only charged $25. It was just the pendant, it wasn't the chain, but it was only $25 for this gorgeous pendant. I'll show you the back side. And so they actually had 3 of them in 3 different shapes. And so myself, the roomie, and our friend Lee, we all bought Bumblebee Jasper. And so we're all sporting the Bumblebee quite often right now. So you might say, well, Helen, what do I use Bumblebee Jasper for? Well, Bumblebee Jasper is, because of the yellow color, it is associated and activates the sacral and the solar plexus chakras. And of course, that's enabling acceptance of change, finding new opportunities, increased self-esteem, and it can help with making unemotional decisions. So if you're finding yourself, in a relatively emotional situation, then maybe it can help you to kind of step aside from the emotions and make a more level-headed decision. It's also good for abdominal issues. It's a great stone to help to wear or carry for help with allergy relief. Let's see, what else was it? Oh, it also works with your nervous system and your heart and circulatory system disorders. So that's kind of cool. And then I was kind of geeked because when I first bought my first piece, I did a meditation to get to know that piece and how it wanted to work with me. And based on that meditation, it told me that it is all about bringing joy and about sparking intuition. And so joy is definitely something that I look at. If I know that I'm having kind of a gloomy day and need a bit of a pick-me-up, or if I'm having a crazy week or whatever, I will definitely wear that pendant and try to think some happy, joyful thoughts. And so that's always really nice. So yeah, that is Bumblebee Jasper. Now, there are some folks out there that might want to say that this isn't part of the Jasper family. It might be part of the agate family, but that's kind of a discussion for geologists, and that's not something that I'm gonna get into, I guess, basically. So that's it for Bumblebee Jasper. It's one of my favorite stones. I truly, truly love it. Unfortunately, I can't really tell you, because I never asked her. I don't know how much Lee paid for the slabs or for her wand. I want to say that I've seen wands like this that this is a massage wand. I want to say probably at least $40. Would be a good asking price for something like that. So there you have it. There is what I know and how I work with Bumblebee Jasper. If you like this little stone series that I've got going on, please let me know if there's a stone that you want me to cover. I know somebody was asking about selenite. I will definitely, that's on the list to do selenite. That's another favorite stone of mine. But if there's a stone that you want me to cover, then let me know. And I'm trying my best to make sure that I've got, you know, a variety of forms and colorations and things like that to kind of help you maybe with identifying. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. We like thumbs ups. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We love to have you come back, and I guess if you hit the bell, you get notifications. So be sure to do that. I guess that's a thing. There's all kinds of links in the description box as far as social media and things like that. And check out the other rock videos. That's going to be it for this time. Thanks for walking the path for a little while with me. Until next time, blessed be.